Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Adobe again, and we're going to talk about Affinity eating their lunch potentially. Affinity is actually going on the offense, I guess, and they're offering their suite for free for 6 months. Now, we've been covering the Adobe situation. Adobe, of course, changed their terms of service, and they're going all in on AI, and their terms of service claim that they can basically use your stuff to train AI, and they can peruse your files if they think that you're up to no good. And
Did they walk that back or change that?
they apologized for it, but I don't think they changed it.
They apologized. That's not what I asked.
No, they did not. They did not get rid of that. They just apologized for it. Yeah, I'm sorry we got caught. Now, it seems like Adobe is trying to transition into becoming an AI company. I'm seeing a lot of articles out there about Adobe, and this is where they want to go in their future. I don't think they're interested in creating tools for artists anymore, because if you're creating tools that can generate art whole cloth, why do you want to make tools for people to do hand-drawn art?
Well, that and that people that want to make their own art probably are turning away from them, so they're going to go try to appeal to all the people who can't do art.
Right.
Oh, you want to do art? Okay.
Yeah, are you a try-hard?
We'll do it for you.
Just give us a couple of prompts and we'll make you look good using images and whatever data that we've taken from other people. So we'll talk about this. I just think it's really interesting that Affinity is actually giving people a pretty long free trial, and we actually did buy the suite, and it's good. I mean, it's, think Adobe Creative Suite from a couple of years ago, but it's a standalone package, and it's not always online, and it's you buy it and that's it, and it runs great. I think it actually is a much lighter package than Adobe. Adobe is very bloated now. The only thing that concerns me is Canva bought them a few months ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, we know where they're going. There's that. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
This is coming from The Verge. Affinity's Adobe Rival Creative Suite is now free for 6 months. I wish I knew because I paid for it.
I know, right?
We got 50% off though. It was normally, I think it was like $160 we got for like $79. And now though, you get a 6 month free trial. So the new free trial offer for Affinity Designer, Photo, and Publisher is available on Mac, iPad, and PC. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, they said Affinity uses a one-time purchase pricing model, not as a subscription, that has earned it a loyal fan base among creatives who are sick of paying for recurring subscriptions. Prices start at $69.99 for the individual apps, or $164 for the entire suite, with the separate deal currently offering customers 50% off. So they're taking full advantage of the backlash against Adobe.
So you bought just the individual desktop app, or did you buy the entire suite?
I bought the whole thing, the whole suite.
Well, how does it compare?
I love it. I think it's great. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as Adobe does, but it does remind me of Creative Suite from about 5 to 8 years ago. Now, there are all kinds of plugins and stuff, and I haven't really looked into all the stuff you can download for it, but I know a lot of people are creating plugins and stuff for it, and I do believe that Adobe, this was like a critical error on their part, but I don't think they're interested in being a creative company. So I think a lot of creatives are going to go to other options like this. The only thing that is concerning is that Canva bought them.
Yeah, you don't know where it's because they get people interested in it, and then 6 months. Oh, by the way.
Yeah, by the way. Oh, yeah.
No, 7 months. Make sure you pay for it. Then, by the way.
By the way.
But if you get it and it's a one-time only, they can't, even if Canva buys it, they can't really do anything else at that point in time because you already purchased it and downloaded it, correct? Yeah,
correct. That's the difference with Adobe, because Adobe, ever since they started doing Creative Cloud, like you couldn't just buy the standalone app. Like I used to buy I used to buy Adobe on CD-ROMs. And sometimes I'd buy used copies of it just because I couldn't afford it. It was like freaking $1,200 per package back in the day. It was insane. So you bought Creative Suite and it was a massive investment. Now you're actually paying more, but they're spreading it out, over the course of many years, and you can't detach from it, which sucks. I don't like that about it. But no, we've been using Affinity for some of the thumbnails, and I like it. I like it quite a bit, actually. And I might start converting more of the workflow over to Affinity. So it said the discount alongside the 6-month free trial is potentially geared at soothing concerns that Affinity would change its pricing model after the Canva deal. We're saying try everything and pay nothing because we understand making a change can be a big step, particularly for busy professionals. Anyone who takes the trial is under no obligation to buy it. Well, that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
It is. I'm just saying it's just weird. Like, they're worried about Canva buying it, and then they're like, so what's it going to be like in a year from now? I just think there's going to be, I think it's not going to stay this way.
Well, there's always GIMP. They still call it that.
I'm sorry, every time I hear that.
I thought that was culturally insensitive or something. You know, like people were like, oh, we can't call it that anymore. But I think it's still called GIMP. And that's been around for a long time now. And that's open source. And I think creatives will take it upon themselves, you know, take matters into their own hands if Affinity falls through too. But this was just a couple of days ago. They said Adobe's lack of transparency is coming at a great cost. And it said the tech company bungled their rollout of a new terms of service.
Bungled. That's one way of, bungled is a nice way of saying
it. Bungled. Yeah, it was awful. And actually, they had Adobe staff trying to speak out and say, well, you know, you misunderstood what we said. But yeah, here's a chief strategy officer and executive vice president of design and emerging products at Adobe, Scott Belsky, addressed some of the harshest responses to the blog post on X. This is Sasha Yanshin. I give precisely 0 fucks about Adobe's clarifications or blog posts. You force people to sign new terms legally. That's the only thing that matters.
True.
And he's like, well, it's typical for the sole purpose of operating a license that every cloud content company requires to function, host, modify content for certain features has been Adobe and Adobe's product for 11 plus years. This is not new. We covered that before, but it's been a massive PR black eye for them, but it's not affecting their stock. That's what I don't understand.
Well, I mean, like I said, you have a lot of artists who might not want to use it. However, as you lose those people, you got a lot of people being like, oh, I don't have to be an artist, but I can generate all my own stuff without hiring an artist, that are probably buying it.
Yeah, like they were getting all kinds of pushback.
In the AI, Adobe, an unbeaten stock in the AI environment. Yeah, so that's what's going on. There are people are like, oh, I can go there and I can make shit with Adobe, and I can't do anything. I don't have to pay someone on Fiverr.
That's exactly
And now,
it.
so for everyone, they're losing this actual artist that would have been hired to do the job. They're just selling to probably people who want to use it to not have to hire an artist.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Honest to God, I thought that this would make their stock plummet, but they seem to want to pivot to becoming an AI.
It seems to work.
Company, and that's everybody's chasing that right now. It's the new NFT, right? AI is like the new NFT. It's like, oh yeah, Bitcoin and NFT and blah 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 blah.
Does anyone even talk about NFTs anymore? Honestly,
no.
I always thought that was the stupidest thing. I never got into it. Never bought any. I thought it was dumb. The end.
I think blockchain technology is here to stay. I think crypto is here to stay. But I think they put the cart before the horse, and I think that AI is just the new. Fool's gold rush, you know, that everybody's trying to get in on this, and eventually we'll kind of come to our senses and be like, okay. It's not perfect. Here's how it should be used. We've got a couple of companies that are really good at using it, and all these other places basically blew themselves up. It's kind of like, you know, everybody chasing streaming or whatever, but it is weird that that's what they're looking at Adobe now. They're like, Adobe is an AI company now. They're an unbeaten stock in the AI. So you got all these investors that are going to pump money into Adobe now, unless that was their exit plan. It could be that Adobe's looking at like, well, if AI is here, then that lowers the need for creatives to buy our products. So let's just become an AI company and cash out.
Well, yeah, and sell to everybody else. When everyone's special, no one is, but they still make money.
Yeah, it's just insane. Their stock skyrocketed. So, I mean, they're going to look at this. They're going to be like, we don't give a shit about creatives. We don't care. Shocker. All we care about is the stock price. And I am highly concerned that Affinity is going to do the same thing at some point because of Canva.
But the good news is with Affinity is you bought it. I mean, unless you need an upgraded version, you already paid for it. So even if they do that, at least for the time being, until you need a newer version, you have that version. So it doesn't matter if they turn around and do that anytime soon, because you can use that for a while.
Right.
But then they'll probably come back to offer again, because I'm sure people will be bitching and moaning at that point.
I mean, they just figured out that, most artists are broke anyway, and it's like
that could be too.
There's a finite number of graphic designers that
there's
use
a lot of free
stuff.
programs out there too, though, and they could be at least if you let them use your stuff for free for 6 months, they might. They hope what they usually count on is that you forget and then you get billed for it, or that they hope they can convert them over and be like, well, this is way easier and it's way cheaper than Adobe, and we'll just use that. And I think that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah. But I think it's funny, like they're using an AI generated image.
I know.
A graphic designer intently typing in a modern, spacious, and stylish office surrounded by digital cameras. That's not what it actually looks like. I've worked in marketing. That's usually you get shoved in the corner, right?
In the kitchen.
Oh god.
It actually happened.
It actually did happen one time, yeah. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. We're gonna wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Get in the kitchen and make me some business plans.
It's a true story. It's a true story.
Bye.
Bye.